Trump
is so pro-Israel. It's insane.
Not only is he pro-Israel, he hates Arabs.
Him and Bibi like talk a lot, and Bibi's become a lot like Trump.
Yeah,
so.
Bibi's his guy. They're like homies. Bibi celebrates him.
Just the other day, Bibi fired a really good guy that.
Right here.
But I do understand that was not a good choice of words, and I would not have said that again. So I'm stepping away for a little while from being on camera and being on the podcast. It's
Oh, man, my glasses are freaking dirty as hell. Looks like I'm seeing through fucking. All right, today we are talking about Ethan and Hila from the H3H3 podcast. And
I don't have an issue with that. I'm not attracted to women. I'm not even attracted to you. You're just here to cook and clean, bitch. I need a bucket to fuck you. I don't need a bucket to fuck my mirror, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I need 2 buckets to mount your fat ass, bitch.
I don't know if you guys have been fans of them or not. I know I'm actually an old ass motherfucker, and I was a big fan of Ethan and Hila for a long time, and I kind of still am. I wouldn't say a big fan anymore. I would say I'm more of a casual fan. I remember back in the day, Ethan and Hila used to do the reaction videos.
Laurie and Michael were both sexually active with animals when they married.
That is adorable. That is so cute. Guys, there's somebody for everyone. It's true love. They're soulmates.
Or fucking skits and stuff. Fucking Vape Nash. Like, Vape Nash was so fucking hardcore.
And say what up.
But we are sadly not in the old times anymore. We are in 2024, and we are talking about Hila getting into a little bit of trouble on, what was that, yesterday's podcast? Just recently, talking about politics. Now, she was talking about a guy, I think it's pronounced Yusuf, and he, they're talking about politics on their podcast, and she calls him
a really good guy
a good guy, and that wasn't great. Because you see, the issue with H3H3 over the last like five years at least is they have been getting political. They've, of course, they're very left leaning, and they've developed an audience, along with working with Hassan Piker, where people get offended and people take things really seriously, which was a terrible idea for Ethan. Maybe not Hila, but Ethan himself. Terrible idea for him, because he's constantly offending someone.
He has some anal leaking. Now, we were saying, well, if he's getting blasted in the ass hard enough, potentially, you may need to wear a diaper. And a lot of you will say, like, okay, we've had a debate, like, I don't think vagina
somewhere, and that's kind of his thing, and that's kind of how he stays relevant. And if he would have kind of kept the old audience that, I kind of grew up with, maybe things would be a little different. But the issue that's happening right now is Hila is stepping down from the podcast for a little bit because all of the backlash, and she said this guy was a good guy. This guy's a good guy. He's not. He's like a war criminal, a terrorist, not a good guy. And of course, Hassan Piker has made a response to this, and we're gonna watch a little bit of that with a little bit of Ethan's response to that.
head was at when we said that. But now people like Hassan are going on their channels and accusing us of supporting a war criminal. Anyway, here's what Hassan said this evening about the clip that sent everybody into a frenzy.
Crazy. I just hate how Ethan is brigading smaller content creators like the deprogram because he couldn't get to you. It's fucking gross how he keeps picking smaller content creators that are just getting by, and he is sitting on his golden throne. Is just straight up harassment. I know he's just.
I can't get over the fact that they keep fucking crying about me responding to these communities. Like, this is the biggest socialist podcast. They have like they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Second Thought has 2 million subscribers. When can I respond to these people? When is it warranted? Like, give me a fucking break.
He's just like aligning with all these fucking drama peddlers like Keemstar and shit in an effort to try and get me fucking banned is psychotic to me, you know? I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
What a fucking liar, dude. What a Weasley little fucking liar. He's just...
And I don't know about you guys, but my opinions on Hassan are he's dog shit. He's super dog shit. You know, he's highly political. That's all he talks about. That's all he can talk about. And he's very educated in this space. And he's constantly right on the edge of constantly saying like just absolute nonsense things, which you'll actually see coming up at the end of this video that Ethan showcases.
Hassan can go out there and glaze an international terrorist organization and its leader and glaze up Hassan Nasrallah like he's a fucking great dude.
Hassan Nasrallah was assassinated. Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization that is also a part of the Lebanese parliament.
Do we like them or no?
I think as a resistance group, they're pretty successful against Israel. They are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well, like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say.
I'm going to give you guys a crash course on Hezbollah. Let's start back from the beginning. 1983 suicide truck bombing of the U.S. Embassy in Beirut. 45 embassy staff were killed, 34 injured. They bombed a French Marine barracks in Beirut, 300 dead. Attempted murder of the head of the Turkish Jewish community. Suicide bombing of the Argentine Jewish Mutual Association building in Buenos Aires, 85 killed, 300 injured.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
Bombing of a restaurant near the U.S. Air Force Base in Spain, 18 killed, 83 injured. Car bombs of the U.S. Embassy in Beirut, 11 killed, 58 injured. Hijacking of Kuwait airline planes, killed 4. Suicide bombing at the Israeli Embassy in Buenos Aires, 29 killed, 240 injured.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
Suspected of carrying out suicide bombing missions against Israeli vacationers in Bulgaria. Indicted for the assassination of former Lebanese Prime Minister Rafik al-Hariri.
I don't have an issue with them.
Hezbollah participated in the Syrian civil war on the side of Assad, violent dictator. They're responsible for the genocide of well over 500,000 Syrians. Here's an article from Amnesty International. Syria, surrender or starve, strategy displacing thousands, amounts to crimes against humanity. Does that sound familiar?
I don't have an issue with them.
Well, this...
Now, what Ethan is doing, so what Ethan is doing here is he is deflecting, right? So what he could do is he could, you know, they could make the video and they could say, hey, you know, Hila said this guy's a good guy. That's not exactly, you know, because we say things that we don't exactly mean. Like a lot of people, you know, we don't talk with like this very rigid way of speaking and rigid way of creating meanings with our sentences and things like that. So like when she said, oh, he's a good guy, perhaps she was talking about the specific thing that he was doing at the time, which is he's trying to end the war, which That's great. We love that he's trying to end the war, right? So that's what she means. So they could have came around and said like, hey, that's not exactly what we meant, and here's what we meant. That's it. Like, just a minor misunderstanding, no problems. But what Ethan is going to do is they're going to take it way too seriously. Hila's going to leave the podcast.
So I'm stepping away for a little while from being on camera and being on the podcast.
And then he's going to go on like this whole rant about Hassan.
He's a fucking liar, dude. He's a weaselly little liar.
And the thing with going on this rant about Hassan is, first of all, you guys were friends, right? Right out the gate, you guys were homies for a little bit. So whatever he said in the past or has been saying, you pretty much co-signed that already. So you can't go back and say, oh, well, he says fucked up things and X, Y, and Z, and he has these crazy ideas. Yeah, you knew that. You knew that. You guys were boys. And that was actually the whole reason that you guys broke up the last podcast. So that's kind of like a weird angle to come at it with, although we know that Hassan is a piece of shit.
A lot of these dudes, you see them in their fucking fits and you hear about like some of their attitudes about like gay people, for example, and you immediately fucking resort to Orientalist perspectives, not realizing that these motherfuckers are better read than you by a million.
Like, so does Ethan. So like playing this little like back and forth game with Hassan with some shit that like he knew was around, like it seems ridiculous. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and something, I don't know, just watch another video.
One way or another. You know, whether it's grinding, whether it's working that 9 to 5, that 8 to 4, that 5 to 9. That's my time. That 5 to 9. I like staying up at night, man. But shit though, smoking on this